I'm sorry. Whoa, don't shake the fucking table so much.
You're not my mom. Fuck you.
Big son of a bitch.
Quarantine has not been going well.
Week 17 of quarantine. We're not doing okay. Anyways, that was an intro and a half.
Yeah.
Got anything else you'd like to throw
intro.
in there for an intro to just brighten it up here?
Welcome, everybody. This is King Shit of Fuck Mountain. Welcome to what we learned this week.
Welcome to Wally World.
Welcome to Wally World. Stand on the line and 6 feet apart or I'm punching you in the dick.
Oh, my God. No, dude. We're all losing our minds this week.
Slowly but surely. Yeah, don't call me Shirley. Anyways, welcome back.
Good reference.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time that I was dating this girl, like just for a couple weeks or whatever, and I tried watching that movie with her and her roommates, and she was a Beloit College student, and they had a very different view as to how they watched that movie than I did. Basically, they got offended by most of the movie, and like they demanded that I shut it off because it was super offensive.
Wasn't that Naked Gun? Or was
that
that
Airplane?
Airplane? I mean, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Airplane.
so they got like pissed at me for showing them that movie because they're like, "This is so sexist.
What?
And so racist." And
Shut,
like,
the fuck up.
I love this movie. Don't ruin it.
We're gonna crash into the sun. What's that? It's a big bright yellow thing in the sky, but that's not what's important right now.
It pissed me off because it's like this, like them joking about it means that they don't take racism and sexism seriously.
Yeah.
That's literally the entirety of
them
humor
trying
in
to
those
make light of
movies.
it. It goes back to comedy should be an untouched art
stereotypes.
form.
Yeah.
It should be untouched by social insecurities.
Yeah, so we didn't date too much longer.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Anyways, welcome back, everybody, to the show. This is episode 52.
52, yeah.
So also, fun fact, I looked back at our previous episodes that have been uploaded. Episode 1 was technically uploaded this week.
So this is our 1 year?
So technically this would be our 1 year almost. Which I don't understand how, though. We must have double uploaded a week or something because 52 episodes should be 52 weeks, right?
There was more
and we skipped a week.
Yeah.
So it should have been...
But we didn't record that week,
We've skipped 2 weeks. There was a time where we couldn't record 1 week and we never recorded that episode.
Oh, so we've skipped twice.
We've skipped twice because there were episodes where like I was missing or Walker was missing, so that those episodes still got created.
So there was a second episode that we missed out on for a week?
Shit.
I thought we'd only skipped once. Wow.
No, yeah.
Damn.
There's twice.
Okay, so that would make sense then. If we've skipped 2 weeks, then that would make because if we skipped 2 weeks, then it would have been 2 weeks before. It would have been not last week, but the week before that would have been our year.
It was the leap week. So
is that? Fuck you.
So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just stupid when it comes to math. But yeah. So apparently this is the year. This week today.
If you can explain it to us, just like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. If you could just explain it to us, all you have to do is go to our Patreon, patreon.com/WWLTW podcast, and just join at any tier, and then just send us a message through Patreon because that's where we're gonna see it, and then we'll know what the answer was. So yeah, just join our Patreon.
Do that.
Join our Patreon.
We like that.
Listen, I was gonna be nice the first couple weeks of quarantine. Don't join our Patreon. Save your money. Fuck that. We're all getting stimulus checks. Join our goddamn Patreon. Buy some merchandise. It's in the link in the description below. We've got mugs with our mugs on. We got t-shirts. We got underwear. We got socks. We got surfboards. We got wallpaper stuff. I don't know. We got it all.
On cod pieces.
Yeah,
too.
we're gonna
impress your wife.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
She knows.
She knows.
She knows.
She knows.
What we learned this week.
She'll get the reference.
It's like, yeah, she'll be impressed by 2 out of the 3. Oh man! But
wait,
yeah.
So with this technically being our year, do I have to go put that baboon suit
No.
on?
That was last week.
Okay.
We count last week as.
You just need to put the ass part on.
Yeah,
you
just
need
need
to cut the ass
of your pants out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So back on the quarantine topic, and I know we just keep talking about this because
It's
what
real,
else do we
There's
fucking
nothing
talk
else
about
in
at
the
this
news.
point? We're at what, week 4 or 5 now,
5,
something like
yeah.
that. So our Walmart, I don't know if you've been there recently, just implemented their little policy for social distancing.
Oh, really?
So you have to in Walmart fashion, of course.
Yeah.
So it's like yellow
caution
crime scene tape.
Yeah, that
basically.
they pulled out of the
and that they just make a little line.
their forensics aisle. They just pulled out this fucking yellow tape
Because it's Walmart. It's got everything.
Back in the coolers.
So yeah, they've got like a little line that you have to walk through, and then they do a head count basically of how many people can go in, and then you have to stand on. If you're in the line, you have to stand on the little X's so that you're 6 feet apart. Which also, here's another fun fact. I looked at the lines that they marked, and I don't know who marked them, but that's not 6 feet, but it's like 3, not even. It's like 2.5 feet.
It's Walmart.
And I'm like, this isn't
But if we can
distancing.
if we can distance them half as far, we can fit twice as many people.
Yeah,
So,
that's Walmart's
business.
Logic.
That's
Business.
Walmart's mentality. Yeah, we don't give a shit if you get sick. Give us your money.
Yeah.
I did a whole business. I went to the stock market and did a whole
Did a whole
business.
business.
Did a whole business. So yeah, that's kind of crazy that they're finally, or that places are starting to implement that stuff. You know,
Yeah.
that are
Yeah.
the places that are still open at least. So
For sure. I mean, it is pretty interesting. It took them, the 5 weeks, but
Yeah.
it's good that they've caught up.
I give them one more week, and then I think we're gonna start going back to normal. Honestly,
You think so?
I don't know. I just have this feeling.
I think the process is going to start going back to normal.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
I think
don't
it'll
know.
take a
It's hard to
minute.
say.
I think it'll be slow, but I think,
Gradually
obviously
it'll-
everybody wants the economy up and running again. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's gonna. I think one more week, and then we're gonna start to phase back into normalcy,
And if
Yeah.
not, a lot of people are going to be switching to self-employment.
which they should
Yeah.
be anyways.
true.
You
That's
should be
true.
switching anyways. It's fun. It's a good time. You don't get stressed out at all.
No.
Never. Never.
We've never been stressed out on this show.
You also will never ever be broke again, ever.
You'll never contemplate sucking dick for just a little bit of money,
No.
or actually suck dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Contemplate.
Yeah, no, for real. Self-employment, it's a gem and a half. And if anything, if it doesn't work, you got a hobby.
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
Fuck it.
Dude, that's a beautiful way to look at it.
One of my buddies on Facebook the other day posted a thing, and he said,
Thingy.
he said,
Go ahead.
he posted a thing, and he said, what do you say? Meditation is an example of a hobby, but a hobby is always meditation. Having a hobby is always meditation. I was like, oh, that's kind of an interesting way to put it.
That's extremely transformative.
Wow. I was like, damn. Do you write poems or something? And then
Yeah.
sure shit, he does.
Whoa.
Yeah. Check
What
out
poems?
Chai Songwriter, actually. He's pretty
Chai
good.
songwriter.
Yeah, CHI Songwriter.
That's a
Like the
really
tea.
that's a really convenient last name.
Yeah, that's actually his last name, the songwriter. Yeah. No, he's a cool guy. I went to college with him. He's made a name for himself out there in the Chicagoland area. So
Nice, man.
Good
killing
shit.
it.
Love the
Killing it.
Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
Just a quick shout out. No, sorry about that. Just shouting it out real quick there.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else we should shout out on this episode? Hashtag not sponsored. McCafe.
No, I'm not even going to sponsor them because
Do you
Yeah.
want a cup?
this coffee's awful.
Yeah, it is.
But
Do you want real coffee?
yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay, so he's just gonna leave the recording. That's fine. It's
I'm
not
here.
like this is the
Aw,
live episode or
I'm here.
something. You know, you
It's
can just
okay.
leave the
They
recording.
They know.
Okay,
it's
it's fine.
quarantine.
So Walker, do you have anything that you want to talk about this week?
Let's see here. So I want to talk about what do I want to talk about?
What do you got for us, Walkie Talkie Ranger?
Don't put me on the spot like this. I want to talk about that dance that Drake is doing because
Yeah, I don't know what's going on right
the
now
heck?
over there. I don't know what that is.
Oh man.
Oh, so I watched that movie Uncut Gems. With
Yeah, let's
with
talk about that.
Adam Sandler. Adam
Sandler, yeah.
Wow. Why do I always want to say Jim Carrey? They're two totally different
I
people.
still haven't watched it yet, but I hear it's fucking.
It's
awesome,
amazing.
so.
It's really, really good.
bud.
So it oh my god, do we all three? Oh, what?
Well, we could
Excuse us
we
here.
could form the Triforce
we
here.
could
so.
we could do that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Don't touch my mouthpiece or my mouth part.
You're my mouthpiece.
Don't touch my codpiece.
So yeah,
with your mouth part.
Oh, so for those of you that are actually listening, all three of us have the What We Learned This Week mugs right now, which you can go get it at teespring.com down in the link in the description below. Also, so yeah, great movie. It was really fun to watch Adam Sandler do a drama for once, and it is an A24 film. So for those of you that don't know, we've talked about it before. A24 is one of my favorite production studios.
Wait, so that means all three of us watched A24 movies this week.
Yeah.
So you watched
I watched
Midsummer.
Midsummer.
You watched Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, Midsummer.
And I rewatched Ex Machina like 2 days
yeah.
ago.
Nice.
A24s.
Wow.
Yeah, so
they're killing it.
A24, you're fantastic.
and we want to work with you.
Yeah,
please.
hire all of
Also,
us.
hashtag want to be sponsored. No, so it was really interesting to watch it, but in classic A24, I don't know, in like their classic niche, I guess, they never do normal. They always, what I call it is they're almost like sacrilege when they do movies. So like stuff that you're not supposed to do in movies is what they do.
They break it
so
up.
like mid 90s, right? So instead of having a resolve at the end of the movie because it involves kids, instead of having a resolve, it just it's like a continuation. It doesn't end the movie. It's just like it's almost like you think it's going to go to another scene and then it doesn't and it ends. But then it makes sense that it ends that way.
A Sandlot scenario.
Yeah, kind of.
Without the cool narration.
Yes.
And talking about their friend dying.
They don't talk about anything. I don't even know, did mid-90s even go into what they end up doing? I don't even think it goes into what they end up doing. It just
kind
ends.
of like,
It just
resolves
mellows
that
out and
little
ends.
bit and then like, okay, that's
Kind
it.
of
They're
clips.
continuing.
Yeah. So Uncut Gems did a very sacrilege thing, which I was really surprised about that it worked so well. So usually when you have movies or anything, if you have us right now doing this, right, the most sacrilege thing you could do is to have all three of us talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? You can't hear one specific conversation, so you don't know what's going on. You don't have anyone pushing a narrative, so how do you know? How does the audience know what's going on? In almost every scene, there's more than one person talking. And in some scenes, it's groups of people talking. And if they go into like a place where there's like a crowd or something, you can't hear them very well because they make the crowd louder.
Wow.
And the whole reason behind it is to make you uncomfortable and to make you like make it seem chaotic. To make it seem like it was thrown together in a chaotic sense and that you don't know what is going on. You're like, there's just people yelling everywhere. And you're like, I don't understand what the hell is going on, but at the same time, you know exactly what the fuck is going on.
See, that's kind of badass because in most movies, like when you have like a big crowd, everybody's just dead fucking silent.
No, there's crowds galore. You can hear people talking, like, and when there's fighting or yelling, it's not, you don't just zero in on two people fighting and hearing them talk back and forth. No, you hear the groups. Like even the no-name people are yelling.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
really cool.
It's really intense, and the ending is the movie's gonna put you on your fucking toes.
Yeah.
Because it's an intense movie. Like, whew. You just never know what's gonna happen. Like you know what's gonna happen, but you don't know how or why or when. You're just like, why does this keep doing this?
Why?
Yeah.
When is it going to end?
But no, it was
What are we doing?
I really enjoyed it,
Oh, God.
and I think Adam Sandler did a phenomenal job with
Give
his
him an
role.
Oscar.
Yes, please, dear God, give him an Oscar.
Because if you don't know, his threat was if he doesn't get an Oscar
He's gonna
for
make
Uncut Gems, he's going to make more movies like Pixel.
on Netflix on purpose.
Don't.
He knew that it was a bad movie. He's gonna make more of them on purpose, and he's gonna
Well,
drag.
doesn't he make those shit movies so he can get basically like free and paid for vacations to places with him and his friends?
Oh, I'm sure.
That'd be awesome.
Because they always involve him, Kevin James,
Jennifer Aniston,
and oh shit,
Chris Rock,
no,
Yeah.
what's
David Spade.
David Spade? Thank
Yeah.
you. I was like, I
If
kept
you
thinking
guys make
Andy Dick. I
another-
was like, it's not Andy Dick, it's David
not
Spade.
It's pretty much that entire old like SNL crew from back in the
Yeah.
day.
And they just
Yeah.
go around doing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd totally, if I was
you
worth
kidding
that
me?
much,
Fuck
I would
yeah.
totally do that.
Because they're all pet projects. They're
Hell
all
yeah.
dicking around.
And
Yeah.
they're just having fun, doing whatever the fuck. Grown-ups?
Yeah.
Grown-ups
Dude.
was them literally just having the time of their lives
Yeah.
as
Going
adults.
Just chilling out
Yeah.
on a camp, that'd be fun.
That would be really fun.
Yeah.
I'd do it. And Adam Sandler's worth a shitload of money too.
Well,
He's
and he-
how
you
he
know,
is paid.
For the longest time, man, like he was my favorite comedian. Like he was
he's good.
my favorite in movies. Like I even saw some of his stuff that he did, like interviews and shit, that he said really funny stuff. Like the guy just has a really good mind for comedy.
His stand up
It's niche, but it's really good,
good.
comedy.
his stand up was really good, like his acoustic guitar
Yeah.
stand up
Oh, what?
special that he did. I liked that a lot.
Yeah. all of those are good.
Post
Yeah.
what is that? 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah. I
Yes.
love that shit.
So good.
No, he released another one like a year or two ago.
Did he?
Yeah,
it's
he
on
just
Netflix.
he just redid
Oh.
it. Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I like Adam Sandler. I think he's a smart man. I think he did the right move. He signed his Netflix deal for 10 movies and made a shitload of money off of it. And he knew that Netflix wasn't going to give a fuck about his creativity because they were going to get pulled just from his name alone.
Yeah,
you know, and he still gets traction from him. And Netflix doesn't. I'm also curious as to how Netflix like does that. Like, how do they? I guess you're still relying on views, but it's not like you're buying a ticket to the movie.
Like,
you know what I mean?
how do you monetize that?
Yeah, well, you're it's like it's all just there's just a base membership, right?
Yeah.
To any movie that's on there. So how do you? Yeah, it's just
because they don't have
All right,
ads.
so
They don't.
I can kind of explain that a little bit. So they basically
Please do.
have like they have all their memberships that are already paid for.
Right.
So those memberships, of course, are paying for the production of more content. But the thing is, the only way that you can actually maintain interaction is to constantly be pumping out more content. So
Right.
you know that you're going to be making at least this much a month. So your only job is to sit there and fund whatever projects come your way, pretty much.
Because you
So-
keep getting paid
exactly
the same.
because
Okay.
you're just basically funneling the system that's going to fuel your future memberships.
What do you think is going to be? All right, here's a good one for you guys. VHS replaced by DVD. DVD replaced by Netflix. Netflix replaced by blank.
eyeball cameras.
That's where I was going to go with it.
Just drugs? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was going to be actually, you know,
Interactive VR.
I think it's going to be VR. I
Yeah.
think that's where it's going to go.
I don't even know how they're going to start with doing all that because that's going to be
It's intense.
that's
Yeah.
a lot of fucking work.
You just plant a chip in people's brains, and then they can see stuff through their eyes.
Yeah, but utilizing like a VR system though takes up so much memory that they're going to have to like increase the production of like the hardware for it, and that is going to get expensive real quick.
True that.
Yeah. So
Well, it's
True
not
that.
gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna be a collector's item. It's gonna be
No.
something that
All right, what's the next mainstream thing that replaces Netflix, though?
full immersive. Oh no. Well, replaces Netflix.
Yeah.
I guess that's like.
I mean,
one,
if you consider Netflix replacing DVD, so in the same realm where we're at
Right.
between DVD and Netflix,
Well,
where
see-
some people
well,
still have
disbanding
DVD,
it's replacing stores. Like going and buying a DVD.
it's replacing DVD. Yeah. Not a whole lot of people are using DVDs anymore. I mean, there is, but
Yeah.
it's like
You know what I think would be kind of a cool system is that no, that wouldn't actually work. Never mind. You could have the system where like, let's say that you have like a Peloton bike, right? Like one of those like bikes that you like pedal around.
Yeah,
and you actually utilize that to supply power to your local community grid, like a power grid or whatever.
Okay.
And then as a credit, you get
a movie.
entertainment credits or food credits or something that you can
Okay,
use to spend.
fun
on
Black
fact:
Mirror.
Black Mirror. Yep, that's a Black Mirror episode.
Yep, I know.
It's one of the first, isn't it the very first episode?
It's like
It's-
one. It's the first or
It's
second
season one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's season one. But yeah,
That episode was fucked,
Yeah,
and he
that was
just had to be
interesting.
tormented with her face,
Yeah.
and in a brutal way.
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, what an
that's rough.
episode! All right, yeah,
I almost forgot about that episode.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
ever
that's
since I
good.
started talking about that, I was like, wait, this sounds familiar.
I've heard this somewhere.
what's the scariest episode of Black Mirror for you? Wait, can I guess what your scariest one is?
Mm.
Because I think it might be the same as what the scariest one for me is.
Mm.
The dogs,
Heavy
the
metal?
robotic dogs.
Yeah, heavy
Yeah.
metal. Yeah, that was pretty good.
No,
Mm.
what is it for you?
The when they introduced in that the overarching story for that season, when they introduced the captive AI, where like your sentience is stuck in a moment.
Oh yeah,
That's what terrifies
That was
me.
a good
yeah,
one.
that's kind of scary.
That was a
Where, like
fucked
the
up
dad,
episode.
yeah,
Yeah.
super fucking awesome way to end the season though.
Yeah, it was.
Like I loved the full circle or whatever, with like the museum and like the explanation of all this stuff. Like he was telling this chick about all of these things,
and just stuck in perpetual torture.
and then turns out it's her dad.
Yeah.
And then from the other episode, she has the mom in her head,
Yeah.
and like this whole.
Yeah, that was kind of cool how it like they finally admitted like yeah, a lot of these are in the same universe as each other.
Yeah,
This
that's
isn't
pretty
like
cool.
separate put together stories. How about for you? What's the scariest one for you for Black
I
Mirror?
don't know about scariest, but I think I actually can I pick the most realistic one that I think.
All right, let's hear it.
The social media one where like,
Oh yeah, the likes based everything's based on likes.
everything's kind of turning
China.
into that anyways.
China.
China, they're
Yeah.
Because
doing
it
it.
comes from China.
I give it 50 years before stuff is done like that. kinda.
China's already doing that.
I know
They
with,
have a
with
social
the,
rating
with the social
system.
rating
Yeah.
system. Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be like?
social credit?
Yeah,
Do you think that it'll be like digital currency where you're paying with likes?
Yeah, you can already do that with fucking Bitcoin and shit.
Yeah.
So,
So,
like,
if
you
they
can earn
switch it to
digital
like
credits and shit,
social
so-
like likes basically
Yeah,
that they can
who-
pay with.
Anybody can create a cryptocurrency around
If you
Facebook
want,
likes.
that's
if they
that's
wanted
how
to.
you create the most That I mean, you'd be going back to a caste system.
Yeah.
Because it would be the easiest way for the elite to take the most
yeah.
control
Yeah.
as quickly as possible.
Yep. So
They should get on that and help us out and bring us up top with you. Get us up top
We're
with
funny.
you because we brought you the idea,
we need
motherfuckers.
likes. We
Yeah.
need likes.
Yeah, and for those of you that are wondering, like, what the fuck is a Black Mirror, and you don't know, and you live under a rock, Black Mirror is a show that's basically meant to make you think. It's a social experiment show, I think. So they're some of them are really weird and sci-fi, and you're like, this doesn't, like, why, how the hell would this ever apply to anything that I have to think about?
Yeah.
And then you realize at the end of the episode, like, there's some sort of, it's like a Disney movie. Like, there's some sort of meaning behind it, and you're like, oh.
I think somebody conceptualized it as Black Mirror is like the technology-based Twilight Zone, where they take current technological concepts and they apply it to the future and show how this could be detrimental to society.
And it's fucked. It is fucked.
Like
It's all sorts of fucked up.
I think the most impactful moment, because everything else is pretty. They don't really hide their messages.
No.
Like it's very upfront. It's very like there's
Which
a
I
little
kind
bit
of
of
appreciate
interpretation.
that.
Absolutely, because I mean that opens up to a broader audience, not somebody that's going to be able to reflect, and that's like the only way to find the epicenter. But I think the craziest realization that I had initially when I was watching through that series, is what the Black Mirror is.
I don't remember.
So.
Oh, right. Duh.
Oh, I didn't even get that.
So Black Mirror is your cell phone screen.
Yeah. And like that's what was like, holy shit. Like they nailed it.
Yeah.
Wow. That was really good.
It's a good show.
I would suggest it to anybody. That and Love, Death, and Robots.
Death, and Robots. Yeah, they're coming out with the second season.
Oh my
and
God,
I'm
I'm
so
so
ready
excited.
for that.
Okay.
That series was
What a
fucking
great
crazy.
fucking show that was too. We're gonna when the second season of that comes out, we're dedicating a whole day to just reviewing that
because when that initially came out, that is literally what happened with Jake and I. We watched both the series in tandem.
Yeah, we were watching them together basically, like in different rooms.
Yeah, Ethan and I watched the entire series in like a day.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
it was great.
It's so
And
good.
it's easy to do that too,
Yeah, it
because
is.
everything's so short.
I think that we should have more shows like that. Like I think
anthologies.
so. You have TV shows, right, where like the director kind of changes a lot.
Yeah.
So say like the Chicago Med, all those shows, just because I've been on those ones, so I can speak on it. But so the director changes, per episode. A lot of times they have different directors that come in. But what I think they need to start doing with some of these TV shows, because it's a cool concept, is bringing in different artist rendition, bringing in different directors and their artistic screenplays. And then just letting them run with it with anthologies, basically. So it's just each episode is separate.
Like a mini film series almost.
Yeah. And you know who did a really, really good job at that and did 3 or 4 movies worth that were all... It's the only trilogy, I think it's a trilogy, that I've ever been like, wow, all 3 of these were absolutely fucking amazing.
The Matrix.
Nope. VHS.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
those. Those were all anthologies by different directors, different producers, different everything, and they were fucking phenomenal. Every single one of them.
Remember the Succubus?
Oh,
that was
down
one
the
of my favorite.
stairwell.
Yeah.
The stairwell.
Yeah.
That actress did such a good job playing like that. Like,
Dude,
just
that gave me chills.
I'm pretty sure
infatuated.
VHS is on Netflix, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's only 1 or 2 left on Netflix, though, I think, because I tried to watch them one time and I couldn't watch all of them. So VHS basically is there's 3 or 4 movies, and they're all horror, but they are segmented. So it's like they're an hour and a half, maybe a piece, but each 10 to 20 minutes is a different movie almost. So it's all these short horror movies in one from different people. And
it's so good.
they're all so... Or the School.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
That one had me fucked up.
Oh, I think I paused after that. I was like, I might need to take a break.
It was like, it was just the cinematography was so eerie behind it. And that's what's cool too, is that like you can go back now and see these and see, okay, was it the director and the screenwriter that was amazing on this? Was it the cinema that was, or the cinematography that was great? Was it the music and stuff like that? And you can see all these different people that worked on these different projects, and you're like, oh, I know him. He worked on such and such.
Because the ambiance behind that one was fucking.
Oh, it was so
insane,
fucked up,
man.
Just the silence alone of just in front of the school, and then the alarm goes off, or the
bell
goes
rings.
off.
Oh,
yeah,
my
and you're like,
God.
oh, this is fucked.
Shit, yeah.
This is fucked.
Even that, like, it was really cool because, like, being a fan of like foreign films and stuff, and like really that's a large majority of like the entertainment that I watch typically is foreign, or like not necessarily dubbed, like subtitled,
Right.
and it's from all over the place. And the guys who were in the raid, which means they have a connection to that director, some of the actors from the Raid series were in the school.
Yeah.
He was the boyfriend.
Yep.
He was like the captain in the Raid.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, since we're speaking about foreign films, Walker, I think you saw my status that I posted maybe a week ago or so, my idea for quarantine. Okay, so I have an idea for quarantine, and
Yeah,
I think
commented.
everybody should try this because it's, for one, it wastes time. It's a good way to waste time. And two, it gets you more culture in the movie realm and TV realm. You can do TVs too.
Yeah.
But basically, so my thought is, you should find a foreign film, right? There's plenty of them on Netflix, and there's really good ones. And the reason I thought about this is because I watched The Platform, which was a fucking intense movie. And that was a foreign one. That was a Spanish foreign film. And but here's what you do. So you turn on a foreign film, and you turn subtitles off so you don't know what they're saying. And I'm talking has not been dubbed over in English, like you have to read the subtitles, right? Turn the subtitles off. Don't look at them, whatever. And try and guess what the movie is about or what the plot line of the movie is, and then go back and rewatch it dubbed over.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So can I watch a Godzilla movie and try to guess what that's about?
I mean, I think you should know.
Oh, Gojira!
Gojira!
So I don't really know what this movie's about, but
It's definitely a giant
it's a
fucking
giant
lizard.
and he's just destroying everything. I don't
He's
know
not
what they did
very
to piss him
nice.
off. I don't know what happened, but it's terrible. Also, I watched the old Godzilla from the English one
With the zipper?
with what's his name in it? Super popular guy was the main actor. Martin Short. No, not Martin Short. What the fuck was his
Oh,
name?
the guy
the
that played
dad.
Ferris Bueller?
Yeah. Yes. Who played
fucking-
Ferris Bueller? It was him. Anyways, it was him. And wow, what
Who
a
played
cheesy-
Ferris Bueller? That's
the actor, yeah.
Yeah, who played him?
yeah. Michael J. Scott.
No.
Or no, not Michael J. Michael Fox.
Nope.
No,
That's
Michael
Back
J.
to the
Fox.
Future
Yeah,
guy.
it's Back to the Future, dude. Ferris Bueller wasn't Michael.
No, fuck, you're right.
I don't remember
No,
who it was.
Wait, no,
No.
I'm pretty sure it was
No,
it's
it's not.
now.
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller?
Bueller's Day Off. Yeah,
That's not Michael J. Fox. It was around the same time period, though.
I'm almost positive.
Ferris Bueller.
Almost.
It's gonna bug Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Roderick.
There you go. Yeah.
Damn it, they look so similar.
He played.
Oh,
When they're
really? They do?
younger.
They do?
When they're
Because one of them
younger.
can sit still in front of a camera.
That's fucked up.
Oh man.
That's
Hey,
fucked
Matthew
up.
Broderick also played Simba in the first Lion King.
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I rewatched that. Wow. What a movie.
Yeah.
What a fucking terrible
That was
movie.
fucking ass. That movie was
But yeah,
ass.
no. So I think that's something that I want to start doing is just taking like TV shows or movies and I think everyone should try it.
It's fun.
And then you're just more cultured in, because really, people don't realize they see like foreign film and they go, oh, I'm not even gonna, like, I've been guilty of it. Like,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
turned on a movie and saw, oh shit, they're dubbing it over. Like, I don't care to watch this anymore.
Mhm.
But I know that there's good ones out there that I'm missing. Like, there's another one. I don't know if it's a TV show or if it's a movie. It's called The Rain. It's on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And
yes,
I really
yes.
want to watch that one now too. And it's just like all these
I've watched,
really, really amazing foreign directors that
Yeah.
like are not getting enough hype. And it's like,
Dude.
you deserve it.
And it is pretty crazy because like even and I'll use that Raid as an example. Like, I had no idea that had existed. I grew up on the old black and white kung fu movies,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like Enter the Tiger,
Mm-hmm.
and like seeing that progression, you know, into like the newer forms when it became really Americanized,
Right.
to where like they're starting to do like Street Fighter shit with like Claude Van Damme. Like, what the fuck, dude? What? Like,
Yep.
the guy can't, like, what?
Wait, hold on. So can you quote the M. Bison scene from that?
No, I
For me, it
can't.
was a Tuesday.
For me, it was a Tuesday.
For you, it was the most important day of your life. For me, it was a Tuesday.
And it's like, but yeah, and then like Bloodsport and stuff like
Oh
that.
my
Like,
God, Bloodsport.
all of those really old classic
The good ones.
action
The good
films, you
ones.
know. And then I don't know, like I lost interest for a long time, and I remembered coming across the Raid because I was like, you know what, like it seemed like an interesting concept. It was on Netflix,
Right.
and I was like, I'm gonna check it out. And then, you know, like with that exposure to when I was younger and like being okay with reading subtitles and everything else, like having that whole fucking format down, I lost my shit because the cinematography in that
It's so good.
amazing.
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah.
combat amazing. It was more. I mean, it's really high pace, you know, like it's fighting, lots of flailing,
Right.
you know, like
Right.
it's very intense, but it's more grounded in realism than like the karate movies where it's like 25 guys come out of a bar and they're trying to fight, you know, Bruce Lee, and he's like, come on, and then one dude at a time runs at him.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a gangbang scenario, like they're attacking this dude
Bruce Lee's
all at
just
the
on
same
couch.
time.
They're
There's
fucking
multiple
him.
guys
No,
behind
but
him.
it's like it's
Yeah. Kung Fu, enter my ass.
but it's more realistic to the idea of like a street fight, you know, like it's
Yeah.
not just gonna be 1v1. Oh, no, guys, we have to wait.
Oh, yeah.
Like we have to let them fight it out.
Have you ever
1v1.
watched some movies where they do that? Watch the background people that are waiting.
Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like,
Watch
what is it?
Watch the Kylo Ren.
Who are you fighting? You're not
Yeah.
fighting anyone. You're just swinging a sword around, and there's nobody that you're fighting with. You're just choreographed fighting.
There was one scene in the what was the third prequel movie?
It's not.
Return of the Sith or Revenge
No,
of the
it's
Sith.
oh no, this is Kylo Ren. The one
Oh
that I'm
no,
thinking about.
I'm thinking of like the newer ones. Or sorry, like the old prequel. Not even old. The middle prequel ones, whatever. They're,
So it would have
the,
been Attack of the Clones. It would have been
No, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and
and,
Revenge of the Sith.
No,
Yes.
is it
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah,
is the
Revenge of
third?
the Sith.
Okay.
All right, so Revenge of the Sith. There's one scene where like it's so emotional because Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting and dueling or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they just sit there and swing around each other for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's like, God damn it, no! Like they're not hitting each other or trying to hit each other. They're
So
just
good.
flailing around.
Whatever, dude.
It's like,
But
God damn it.
that's a part of that universe.
I
Man.
know, but it's like, what is this? They're not even trying to hurt each other. They're just flailing around.
my favorite.
Jesus Christ.
My favorite thing that's come out, and we see it a lot on TikTok and stuff, is like they make jokes about that scene.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's always been a joke, but it's like, don't even try it. I have the high
High
ground.
ground.
And it's like a dude, like, because the guy's on like a 4-story building, and it's his buddy, like, all the way in the
Yeah.
parking lot, like 2 streets over. He's like, you underestimate my power. It's like,
Don't do it.
Also, can we talk about how many people have hopped on that bandwagon since quarantine?
No,
Yeah.
TikTok.
The TikTok.
There's nothing else to do, man.
There's nothing else to do. I mean, this used to be like an app for kids. Now, for those of you that don't know what TikTok is, it's
changed.
It's like you do like a 6 to 60 second video, basically. A lot of them are humor. Some of them are like dancing. Like there's all kinds of crazy shit. And
There's a lot of editing capabilities.
Yeah, it was
It's-
supposed to replace Vine, which was the big thing back when we were
Yeah.
watching it.
Yeah,
Vine was
early
huge. A
college
lot
for
of
us.
a lot of
Yeah.
people like became pretty big off of Vine, and so TikTok kind of took that over because Vine closed down, and it was primarily for like younger kids, I thought.
Yeah.
And then like quarantine hit, and dude, there are so many 20, 30-year-old people on there now just trying to just combat boredom.
I'm at least happy that there's funnier people that are getting
Oh,
onto it.
I'll be honest. There is some
man.
fucking You know, I used to hate it. I used to hate TikTok. I thought it was the
'Cause
plague
it was
of
just
the
like
community.
cringy.
Yeah,
I don't mind it, but yeah,
super cringe.
If you think of it though, every single
Super
app that we have
cringe.
nowadays, like Snapchat, that was created for kids too.
Yeah.
Or that was created for whatever.
Nah,
kind of.
Snapchat
It was
was
mostly
created-
separate. It was mostly
Snapchat
made
was
for dick
created
pics.
for you to show me your tits.
Yeah.
So I can
It was
send my
mostly for dick
dick to
pics, but-
strangers. That's what that was about.
But I mean, most apps were like developed for like younger people just to fuck around, and
Yeah.
then they got absorbed
Yeah.
into modern day
Yeah.
culture. So like,
And I think TikTok's doing a great job. I think this quarantine actually helped them.
Oh, for
like
sure.
immensely.
the only thing I don't like about TikTok is that they collect people's data. Like they collect
Yeah.
people's personal information a lot because
Ooh.
it's a Chinese app, and
Oh,
they have been
yeah.
caught stealing people's information a
Ooh,
lot.
that's interesting. I
So,
didn't know that.
Yeah, look
But
into
yeah,
it. It's
I
crazy.
will say though, I have become a fan because I've watched like the compilation videos on YouTube of like funny TikToks, and like some of them are Vine quality. Like they're
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
good videos.
There's even the playlists and stuff. Like if you just look up like TikToks that
Yeah, yeah.
it just
Oh, yeah.
the autofill that
Yeah.
happens, and it's like TikToks that radiate Vine energy.
yeah,
And like
and there's just some golden ones in there.
Yeah.
Like
there's just it was so reminiscent because I felt the same way. Like when I first saw it, it was ads on YouTube, and it was like people
and it was
cosplayers
so cringy. It was so
like
bad.
doing weird like hand dances
Yeah.
and stuff, and like whatever, dude. Like you're having fun. You've
You're a
clearly
kid.
found
Yeah.
you've clearly found like
You
your
found your
niche
niche,
of
yeah.
people.
You have social issues. We get it. It's fine.
Nah, and like even still, dude, like because a lot of the cosplay, because that was
Yeah.
I know that was a huge culture in there
in,
too.
in TikTok. Well, because it is a
Awesome.
Chinese app.
Yeah, so it's like awesome. You guys have a platform now to just publicize like
Right.
this is like
Yeah,
like
it's
a
your
speed.
art form, you know?
Yeah, I
that's
get
what
it.
you're
Yeah.
doing.
And then you get the cringy ones that are like kids that somehow have a phone at 7
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
they're saying really weird shit, and it's like like uninstall.
Yeah.
I'm 7 and I can say the word fuck.
Yeah.
It's just, shut up.
And then
There
like,
is, you know, there's good ones out there, and there's
Yeah.
people making a fuckload of money off of it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
some of these kids are like, I mean, it's exactly how Vine went. These kids are ended up with like TV deals off of it.
Some of those people make like 6 videos a day.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Well,
like,
I know
Jesus
I know
Christ,
the
man.
Vine people. So there was probably 15 to 20 of the big people on Vine
Yeah.
that all lived in the same apartment complex.
Yep.
And then it just kind of became the Vine studio,
Yeah.
and they all were just that's all they did all day long was make these videos, and they made fuckloads of money off of doing it.
dude.
I mean, more power to them, honestly. And now Vine's doing the same thing. Like, they have houses. Listen, there's this one. Oh, God damn it! It was on YouTube. I was watching somebody do like a fun reveal off of it. It was what the hell's the name of their house? I don't know, but it's a bunch of like these big TikTok stars. Fuck Mountain. It's a bunch of these like TikTok stars, right? And they live in a fucking mansion. A mansion in California.
That sounds about right.
And they're just making videos all day. It's like, damn, you know what? Like, even if they're shit videos, like, if you can do that,
dude,
and you're and the smart move that you're making,
money. Like,
exactly.
Yeah,
and the smart move that you're making is you're now teaming up and bringing in other creative minds to do that with.
At that
Fucking
young,
power to you, dude. Like,
Dude.
you're killing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you're 18 some years old, teenagers basically
got
still.
more money than I do, so.
Fuck yeah. Like, kill it. You know, I can't even hate. Even if your videos suck, I can't hate you because
You
you're
know- you
doing
know
it
what you're
right. You're
doing,
reading the
yeah.
algorithm. You know what I mean?
And,
Like,
like,
I
you-
wish I could do that shit. Like, just, I need a bunch of creative minds. Let's all just get a house and
Yeah.
we'll just kind of make videos out of there.
Well, and that's what's crazy is like the dude that made the screaming Roomba, right? That, like,
Oh my God, I love that guy. Yeah.
So that dude lives in a house with tons of other YouTube creators and streamers.
Right.
So like anybody that kind of that became like a really good way to go about it, because like even YouTube channels, like I think there's not Cow Chop, but it was one of the other gaming channels that was like a sister company for Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
All of those dudes lived in the same house together. But it was a big fucking house.
Yeah.
You know, but they all lived together so that, you know, you weren't going to an office. You're just
Right.
hanging out and fucking.
And it seems like that's what it seems like that's what a lot of like the YouTube guys do. Like, there was ones that I used to watch back, this was a couple years ago now, that was Lunkers TV. It was a bunch of guys that like fishing blogs basically.
Oh, yeah.
And they did like fishing challenges and shit. They ended up buying a house, and you know, they all had like, it was a big house. It was probably a six or 8 bedroom house, you know. And I think it was California that they. Oh no, yeah, I think this one of California. No, they might have been East Coast actually. I can't remember, but yeah, and it was just these guys making YouTube videos, and their boats were like fucking, I mean, beautiful bass boats that these guys had, and they were just literally all they were doing. They would do fishing, you know, like competitions. Obviously, they do like bass competitions and everything, but for the most part, it was just videos that they were churning out.
Sounds fucking awesome.
Like I that's the goal right
You're
there.
getting paid to fish all day.
Fuck
Sounds
yeah,
That'd be
dope.
fucking
but like,
sweet.
that's like the goal, dude. If I can get a bunch of creative minds and just be like, hey, we're all starting to be pretty decent in our field. Let's just get basically a production studio that we also live in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. You know how much shit you would learn? And even if you just did it for like a year or two, like how much stuff you would learn from all these other people that you're living with and seeing how they're doing stuff.
Yep.
Like, oh, I didn't even know that you could edit that. I didn't know that you could. I was always wondered how you did that or how you audio engineered that in. It's like just getting all those minds together. That's why I like that, you know, our space that we go to all the time too, that we record in.
Because we have a nice little creative group down
there's a
there that
bunch
comes
of
up
there's
with,
like we have like
things.
this group of us that are all in that one container basically that just kind of are super creative, and then there's other ones that come in and out too, but
Yeah.
I like that space.
Maybe that space is what I'll call Fuck Mountain.
Fuck Mountain. Yeah, we should put a sticker up. It just says Fuck Mountain. no. It's it's FUKK. Fuck Mountain.
Fuck
it's
Mountain.
fine. It's not a
Yeah.
it's not a
It's
bad
Korean,
word.
don't worry.
It's Korean. It stands for intelligence.
Well, it's like intelligence.
Fuck.
Fuck stands for innovation.
Innovation Mountain. It's bukkake. It means
Why
there's
is
a
the
lot
mountain
of
part
things.
English?
Well, we're half and half. We're half cream.
God damn it. Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I think that would be. I mean, they're doing. When you do stuff like that, I think it's a smart move. I think it can definitely be stressful living with a lot of people too, but I think it's a smart move for your growth.
Yep.
For sure.
What I mean,
for sure.
So.
Hey, speaking of which, I actually have to get over to the
You
office
dipping
right now.
out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
do your thing,
all right.
man.
I have a meeting I got to get to for my work stuff. But,
Big man, walkie-talkie
But,
Ranger.
Are we still gonna be doing the stuff later though?
Yeah, I
Or-
think so.
okay.
Yeah. So just let me know whenever you're done, and
Yeah,
we'll.
I'll just come back over here when I'm done. If that's
Yeah,
cool
that's
with
cool.
you guys.
Yeah,
Just shoot me a text and
Yeah,
everything.
I gotcha.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
We'll tell the guard to let you in. And then
Yeah.
we'll-
Yeah, we'll let them buzz you in and
Sweet.
everything because we live somewhere really
Yeah,
fancy.
just make sure
So
that the chauffeur can come pick up my car.
yeah, for sure. Well, the limo should be there. Like whenever, just call. We'll get the limo over there for you.
All right, bye guys.
All right, we'll see you later, man. Is yours still active?
Hello.
All right, cool. So, anyways, yeah, back to.
Oh,
just
real
me.
quick, Walker, what are you doing for your skill this week?
Oh yeah.
I am surviving.
That's
I'll translate. Surviving.
I am. What am I gonna do?
What are you gonna do, Walker?
I don't know.
Come on, business
I don't
development. Think
know.
business development.
I'm going to
Make this meeting.
$20,000 sale this week.
Whoa,
Hey.
a big man.
I
He's
like
gonna make
it.
a $20,000
Fuck
sale
yeah.
this week. All right, big man. I'll
Fuck
take
yeah.
it. We'll take 10% off the top. It's no big deal. Just for awesome. All right, so that's his skill for the week.
Good
Drake,
shit, good
what about
shit.
you? What do you got for a skill this week, man?
I'm gonna make $21.
I'm gonna make $21.
Dollars.
We'll see you later, Walker.
See you, bud. I don't know. I think, there's a lot of stuff that's come out recently, so I kind of want to like lean into that, but I think I'll keep that as like a
Just a hobby thing.
Yeah. So I think I wanna. Fuck. This is tough, dude. This is real
All
tough.
right.
Fuck it. I'm gonna rip. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Anyways,
our baby boy.
what are you gonna do?
I'll probably. I'll probably yoga.
I was gonna say, you gonna just say probably again, or
Yeah, I was thinking about
yoga?
Yoga.
Like every
Yeah,
day?
Every day.
What kind?
Not hot yoga. 'Cause
No.
I can't
Okay.
go to a studio.
Well,
so-
right. Why don't you do? I
I was thinking Yochi, but
was gonna say transcendental.
Transcendental?
What's the one that
I don't have any money to travel.
I think it's the one that Russell Brand does all the time. And I can't think of it. I can't think of the name of it, but it's a good
I'll have to
one.
look that up. I'll see what he's got going on.
All right, so yoga this week.
Yeah,
Every day,
every day.
every morning.
Every morning.
I expect pictures of poses.
That's fine. I'm gonna do it in my work stuff. It's got my car hurts.
Let's see. For me, I have been getting more into, obviously, into all of the editing stuff, but more into the audio engineering stuff too.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to create like a basic beat.
Oh hell yeah!
almost. Yeah. I've
Just
downloaded.
play around with.
Yeah, I've downloaded FL Studios again, which I used to work with when I was young, and I
Mhm.
just messed around with. So it's hard, but I think I'm gonna try and just do a really, just so you all know, if I make this beat, it's not gonna be like a banger or anything.
No.
It's gonna be real basic, but it'll be. Yeah, I think that's what
Yeah,
I'll do.
dude.
I'll just make a simple little beat. I'd like to promise that I could make our intro music, but better. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time, but I'll make a basic one. Yeah, I'll go with that. I think it'll be
Nice.
fun.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, because you're clearly enthusiastic about it. Like you want to play with it. And
Yeah.
shit.
Music's a big part. Well, a big part of both of our lives.
Oh,
you know
fuck
what I
yeah.
mean? But I've always wanted to be on the creation end of it too.
Yeah,
I've always
just
thought that would be fun.
play around with it, see
Yeah.
where your inspiration and your direction will take
Right.
you as far as like
And-
just core beats.
Yeah,
Like, see
I
what
think
you
it
can
would
play
be.
around
I
with.
think it would be easier to be on the other end, like behind the mic. But
Mhm.
I can't sing for shit, so
Yeah, man.
I'll just go on, I'll go on the beat end. I'll go on the harder end, but that's just because I can learn that.
Yeah.
So, but
That's
anyways,
cool.
what were you gonna
Fuck
say?
yeah.
You-
No,
oh.
well, I remember coming across a diamond in the rough. Like
Okay.
it was literally like out of nowhere. Didn't even know that it existed. And it was a mechanic in this what at the time, I guess it's now, this really piece of shit game. It was like an accessory. It's called
Okay.
APB, right?
Oh,
all
God,
points
that
bulletin.
that old game that we used to
So,
play on the computer. Yeah.
Cops and robbers game, right? It was a lot of fun. It was because you could make crews, the fun police.
Yep.
Like everything was it was a really good time, but there were accessory mechanics in that game that I'd never seen before. You can create your own emblems. You can create tattoos for your character. You can sync every layer together to be like a fluent sleeve tattoo if you wanted to. Like really cool implementation of newer mechanics and technologies that was in a character creator I'd never experienced. Because you know, I'm an RPG guy. I like creating characters, and cosmetic, like anesthetics for me is huge.
For sure.
I want to look like a badass so I can feel like a badass, you know, while I'm ripping through an orc tent or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it just comes with the territory. So to have 110% complete freedom with like blending tools and everything else, it was like basically a Photoshop for free inside, because you could download on the PC at least. You could download the symbols that you made. Right. So you're picking from a library, and like I was watching tutorials and like hours, dude, hours in that fucking creator. Then I found out they were kill tones.
Oh, so you can create your own kill tones when you kill people?
With 24 different sample sets.
Oh, nice.
So I remember sitting and recreating Darude Sandstorm. Oh, I wonder if I still have that file. Yeah, literally. And it was like a pitch off, but they had an equalizer. They had fucking everything in there in this little pop-up menu.
That's hilarious.
That was free.
Yeah, they had literally a music editor,
yeah,
or a beat editor inside their game.
Yeah,
that's fucking
and you could
hilarious.
Sell your beats to people, like you can put it on the marketplace.
What a game.
Yeah,
what a game!
And that wasn't even, you're meant to go rob shit.
Yeah, you're supposed to be
like,
cops and robbers.
Yeah,
in that game.
Yeah, and it like they put so much accessory stuff. You could even do advertisements and shit.
Do you think it was
too.
just them being like, "This is my hobby and this is something I enjoy doing. I'm gonna throw it in the game somehow."
Yeah, fuck it.
Like fuck it, we'll see if it works.
Like some of the stuff, like there were people recreating amazing and their own personal stuff too.
Yeah.
Like I remembered following this dude because I in-game currency or whatever, but like I purchased a lot of the mixes that he made that were like covers of songs.
Right.
Because that was a huge thing. Like entire YouTube channels were based on advertising on APB. They're like, here's samples of the music that I make. You can purchase it on this marketplace. Look up this username, and they'll give samples, and they're like 35-minute videos or 35-minute long videos.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just make SoundCloud beats and just fucking sell them to artists.
Dude,
here you go.
Yeah.
You want my trap beat?
Sometimes that's all it takes, man.
Hey, Lil Poopy, you want my SoundCloud beat?
Lil Poopy Butt?
Lil Poopy Butt? Is that your SoundCloud name? Here's my beat.
But yeah, you know, and that was like, I remembered really, really getting into it. And then that's when I decided, like, fuck it, I'm gonna remake something.
Right.
So I literally sat with the fucking spreadsheet. I don't know where I found
of like
the actual like line work. And then I was like, I'm just gonna recreate this, but by sound. So I literally was like looking at it for reference, and then like, and then like, that's note one, and then like just go, because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I can't read music.
Why were we so creative when we were younger, and then you just kind of lose like that creative willpower? It's not even that you lose the creativity. I think that's what I think. I don't think you. Now I'm getting deep. I don't think you lose creativity. I think you just lose the go, like the willpower, not the willpower, but the. What's the word I'm looking for? The enthusiasm to do it and to like stick with it. Like when we were younger kids, like I'll never forget like playing video games even, or like playing games on the computer. I was doing shit that adults couldn't do at the time, like HTML coding and like I was building worlds in games. Dude, Elder Scrolls, I was building a world in that game.
I remember you fucking like glowing.
Yeah.
When I came over, we were like, it was like 11, 12,
we were
something like that.
Kids, dude.
And you would completely modded out Morrowind.
Yeah.
Like
the whole world.
Just like every fucking weapon.
Yeah.
Like you had this showcase of like all this different shit from modding, and then you fucked with the coding too, to where like I remember the animations being different.
Yep.
And like,
yeah, I was doing all this shit, and it was just because I just had all this free time, and I loved learning how to do it. And it's like nowadays, I could easily relearn that. Like creatively, I could probably be even better, but I just don't have like the that's what the motivation to like go out and do this. So it's like, it sucks. I mean, thank God we do this. Like I have the absolute most motivation to be able to do this, because this is like my creative outlet now, you know, and I can do so much with it. But it's like, I just wish that people had that still, because I think there's so many cool things out there that we aren't able to experience because people lose the motivation to keep learning.
Oh, absolutely.
Or keep doing
absolutely.
Like one of our family friends, their son, when he was younger, got into all right, how do I say this? He got into hacking Xbox games, basically.
Yeah.
GTA, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, into the Xbox version and, like, messing with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he did that as a kid, like a teenager, right?
Yeah.
And just was really enthusiastic about it. Obviously would get into trouble sometimes for doing it or whatever. Dude, he is in college,
Mm-hmm.
okay? He is in his first or second year of college now. First year, maybe? I can't remember. I'll get corrected on it because I know my parents are listening. But he's working for a company, okay, that he's 18 years old, I'm pretty sure, right now. This company is paying for a condo in Florida, and he only goes there during the summer and then works for this cybersecurity company in the summertime, and they pay for a condo for him to be down there.
Dude.
All from him just doing this shit. And he was working for like these other smaller companies before that were like, some of them were like hacking companies where it was like they would shut down in a week, because people were catching on. But it was, and then they'd open up again as something different. And he just worked his way up. Like, he found that passion and just kept working his way up. And now he's like, this kid's fucking set. He's a smart fucking kid. He's set. Like, he can get hired by any cybersecurity company pretty much at this point.
Yeah.
And make shitloads of money in the field. And it's just like, I wish more people, I wish myself even, like, we would have just, like, you could just keep that motivation and don't let the world bring you down.
Yeah.
And just go with it, because you never know what's going to come of it. And I think if I were to have kids, God forbid, like, that's what I would want. I would want to make sure that I never, like,
allow that
I didn't. It's hard because I guess you don't want to push it too hard because then it becomes a chore for them. But it's like, I don't want them to lose that creativity because you just never know what it can become.
For
You know what
sure.
I mean? Even if it seems stupid to me, like, just never know what could become of it. So it's like, I just wish more people would have kept that, because there's so many people that could be just perfectly happy instead of working in a fucking office, which is not bad, do you?
No, yeah.
You be happy with something that they love doing as a kid, you know what I mean? And it's like not even work at that point. But that's my rant for the day on that.
No, honestly, dude. I mean, that's very. Yeah, I think that's very accurate because, like, you know, like even something as stupid as, like, because I remember it as a kid, like, really being into, like, I would create these whole fucking, like, fight scenes in my head of, like, totally over the, like, it was literally like, paint the picture here, third party perspective. Like, if you were looking at me from, like, a house on a hill, like, it's just me swinging a fucking stick around in a field, like, and, like, you know, a little bit of choreography, like, playing around, like, thinking about it, but,
and
like,
who knows? You could have become a stuntman choreographer.
I think that's right.
Whatever. You could have
created choreography
for movies,
like, fight
or something.
scenes and stuff. But like even with
could have
that,
worked on the raid.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, I wonder where that path happened. You know, because you don't know.
When do you lose it?
Yeah, exactly.
Lose the motivation. I think it's
where it's like taking over.
I think it gradually just happens. I don't think it's like a one moment. I think it's just like we all gradually get beat up by the world, and you're like, I have to pay my fucking bills.
Yeah.
Like,
you get complacent.
You get a job, and then that job becomes like it. Then that job becomes a new job, and then another one, and then it's like now you're not even you totally forget about what you used to do.
Yeah.
You like lose yourself almost, and then you're so focused on just making your nut, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just surviving in the world. And it just all of a sudden you don't even realize it. You're like, oh fuck, when did I stop doing that, and why? You know what I mean?
Well, and here's
maybe social pressure too, where you think, oh, I shouldn't be doing this anymore or something too. It could be that.
Well, and here's okay. So when do you think we lose
the motivation?
The imagination end of that?
I don't see. That's what I think, though. I don't know if we lose the imagination. I think we aren't motivated enough to continue on with the creative. I mean, everything is a learned trait, right?
Yeah.
You know, for the most part,
you absorb everything.
Yeah, you're absorbing information. So when you go down a certain path of creativity, right?
Yeah.
You become an artist or something like that. You're not creating Picasso right away.
Yeah.
You're starting from a certain point and then working up from there. And it's allowing your mind to expand the creativity itself, just based off of practice. You know what I mean? Now you're like, okay, well, now I know how to do shading, so I can make this, you know, this piece of art now and everything like that. So I don't think it's that you lose the creativity. I think it's you stop training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's still
Yeah.
in there somewhere. It's still locked away. You might have to do some retraining to regain it. You know what I mean? Like, if I
Right.
were to get back into, say, game development, right? I'm not going to be able to start by where I ended when I was a kid.
For
There's
sure.
no fucking
You can't
way.
just pick it
Yeah,
up.
there's no fucking way. But I think it would come back faster, obviously, if I
Because you had that groundwork
I
already
had
covered.
the groundwork and I go, okay, now I remember this and everything like that. So I don't
Yep.
think we lose imagination. I think we stop practicing imagination, and it's now sedentary. It's not lost. It's there. It's just
Yeah.
locked away in a dark room and doesn't see the light of day ever.
That's so depressing. That
Yeah.
is such a depressing thought.
I just think that that's what it is. It's just it's the world beating you down, and you see all these pictures and shit about like pictures or like motivational stuff of like, when did we stop becoming
Yeah.
late, or when did we start working or living to work instead of working to live, shit like that. You see all that cliche stuff, but when you actually sit down and think about it, it's not wrong. Like,
Yeah,
it's
we're
100% true. You're
You're a part of that cycle.
yeah, you get
Yeah.
just fucked by life financially. For the most part, it's financially, and you go, okay, I have to man up and start doing things. Fuck, if I would have gone to school for no pressure and just whatever the fuck I wanted to do,
Yeah.
it would have been acting. 100%. I would have gone to school for theater, but social pressure says, hey, dude, you need to go for something that
It's gonna get you money.
yeah,
It's gonna be
you
dependable.
need to get paid.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay. You can actually hold a career in this position.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Dude.
Who knows what life could have where life could have taken me if I would have gone down that path? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you can't look.
No,
I try not.
hindsight's always gonna be.
Yeah, I try
20/20,
not to look at that aspect of it because it's just dark and sad.
Yeah.
It's just, but here, all right. So
a
here
lot of
to
unknown.
brighten it up,
To
since this
brighten it up.
conversation got dark. To brighten it up, in my mentality, you can always regain what you've previously lost in your imagination.
I agree.
If you want to learn to read again or learn to create, okay, there's a big one. I used to love creative writing. Love it. It was one of my favorite things when I was a kid. Lost it. Like I feel like I couldn't even write a blog post anymore.
Right.
But it's there, and I think that I could easily relearn it if I really absolutely wanted to. So it's not that it's gone. It's not that your childhood passions are gone. It's just that you had to put them on the back burner. So don't ever think that you can't bring them back into play. They're always there. It's like riding a bike. It's always there. You just have to you have to get the motivation to just kind of relearn those first couple steps, and then you're in. You're good. That's what I think, at least.
No, I would agree with that. I'd agree 110%. Just because like you that motivation and that drive, people that it does just go away.
Yeah.
Like you find yourself in that cycle or the going through the same motions and
Wake up, go to work,
Yeah.
eat, go to bed.
dude, and like that because I remembered having conversations when I was younger about like there's no fucking way, like I'm not gonna be that fucking person. Like not even on the aspect of like I'm gonna find something that I'm passionate about.
Right.
I remember telling people that like, nah, fuck that. Like
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna live that
do
normal
dude.
life. Yeah.
And
I thought the same thing.
yeah. And like don't get me wrong, for the most part I enjoy my job. I mean, these times have been kind of trying just because
Right.
everything's all fucky, but like
But it's not your ultimate.
fuck no.
Job.
Fuck
Yeah.
no, dude.
Yeah.
This right
This
here.
is the ultimate for
Yeah.
me, I would say. At this
Yeah.
point in my life, this is 100% the ultimate. If I could own a
Dude,
production studio,
I'd ride this
something
into
like
the fucking ground, man.
yeah, I would
I'd
never
be
leave
I'd
it.
be if
If anything, it would transform, but I would
Yeah.
never leave it. I would
no,
never,
fuck
ever,
no,
ever.
dude.
The
But I would
second-
leave everything for this.
Oh, yeah. The second I get a glimpse of this becoming a part-time job, it's
Done.
over. I'm quitting everything, and this
Yep.
is it. Like, I don't care how much I
Full-time.
have to struggle
Bang.
for it.
Yep.
Like, this is it now. I'm committed.
Downsize.
Yep. I
Yep.
will live in a fucking box.
bro.
This is it for me. So
Yeah, and I think this is, you know what, and I think that's why we hang to it so heavily. One, it's self-created.
Yeah.
like this was a
this
fucking
was ground up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And two,
And we've watched the progression of it.
oh fuck yeah, and two, because of that enthusiasm, I think that re-sparked a little bit of that
Oh,
motivation.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
Because it's something that like I've dreamt about. I've like woke up and just like by myself, just fucking hanging out, like thought about things that we could do.
Yeah.
We're like, I don't do that with work.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I
the
have
second
nightmares maybe
yeah.
at work.
Yeah, like
but that's it.
the second my boots hit that fucking pavement of the parking lot, the place doesn't exist.
Yeah,
like
it's out
I'm
of
sorry,
my mind.
who?
Yeah,
Like,
it's out of my mind. No, I think you're definitely right. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's why we have so much fun on here, is because and we call it therapy, but really I think it's just like it's re-sparking that motivation of the, you know, just letting your imagination run.
Yeah.
You know, we have no expectations on the show.
God, no.
We have no
standards,
nobody telling us what to do. We definitely have no standards on this show. But yeah, it just allows that creativity to just kind of run with it. I mean, the idea that you came up with the other day for the video, I am so excited to finally be able to like shoot that, because it's so fucking hilarious and I love it. And it's like, who would have thought of some shit like we would have never, if this would have never started, none of us would have ever thought like, oh, what can we do for a skit, or what can we do, what can we talk about this week? Like, it's just so fucking amazing. And I see why so many people, like, you know, you look at it, there's hundreds of thousands of podcasts out there, and I see now why people do it. It's not, you're not necessarily doing it for the success. You know, would we love to be successful doing this? Fuck yeah. But like, it is that spark of imagination again. You know, it's like you're just having fun. Like, you're talking about things that interest you. That's why I don't like when we go off on rants about film and stuff like that. Those are things that we really love talking about. So I'm not going to stop us from talking about it, even if it pigeonholes us a little bit. I'm going to give a shit for making it pigeonhole us, but I'm never going to stop the conversations from happening, because that's not what this show is. It's literally a creative.
It's open market.
It's like a template, of an outline, if you will, of creativity.
Dude.
There's no structured essay, but the outline's there. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
That's what it is.
Very much,
So-
very much agree with that.
And sometimes we put together full sentences, but, you know, for the most part, it's an outline.
Every once in a while.
It's rare, but
English wasn't my strong suit.
no, I do like this conversation though, and I would like to continue this.
Fuck yeah.
I
Let's
think,
continue with the live.
Yeah, and we're at about an hour for this episode, so maybe we'll roll into the live episode, huh?
Fuck yeah.
You think so? All right, cool.
I'm all for it, B.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys again for joining us and our 1 year episode.
I'm not putting that fucking
No.
thing back on. It was so fucking hot in
Yeah,
here.
fuck that. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a comment in the link below. Actually, you know what? For this video, leave a comment of if you could go back, what was the thing that you did as a kid that you loved doing, had a huge passion for, that you lost, that you wish you could get back again? Because I'm curious to see what other people's passions were as kids, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, especially in our age group. But I just want to know that. So leave a comment below. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/WWLTW podcast. We've got some new content coming on there. We've got Zombies is on there right now. It's what we watched this week. Skit. Birdemic will be this week. I meant to put it up last week, and I totally fucking flaked on that, so that's on me. But that will be going up, and then we have another one that'll be going up here soon, too. We've got some other content. You'll get early releases of our episodes, all that fun shit. So join us at patreon.com/WWLTW podcast. And check out our merch channel. It's in the link in the description of everything that we have. Check it out. We've got mugs. Look at these fucking mugs. We use them all the time. They're so
super
awesome.
dope. Shout out to Katie for creating the silhouettes.
Hell yeah. If you need design.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Like a year ago. If you need logo design or anything like that, hit us up, because we know somebody that does it really, really well. Yeah. She's awesome at it. So shout out to Katie.
A wonderful graphics designer.
Yes, I agree. And then, so check that out. It's at Teespring. We've got t-shirts, hoodies, cups, all that good stuff. Coasters, maybe.
I was totally
stickers.
serious about the cod piece, too.
Yeah, we'll do it. And then what else? Like us on Facebook. Road to 1,000 people on Facebook. We're getting there. And otherwise, we'll see you next week, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Have fun in quarantine, guys.
Yeah.
You know we do. All right, thank you guys very much, and we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.